let's get straight to the point. You click on the video because you are either confused about which character to choose and want to make a better decision, or you're here just to have fun. Either way, do stick around because I am sure the video is going to be of some value to you. We'll be diving in, looking into the characters that are coming in the next banners, and I will provide you with my own perspective and advice as to who you should go for in the case that you're limited in Primogems and can't go for more than many characters at once, of course. Now, if you're new to the channel guys, I usually make guides video especially for free-to-play players, helping you make the best decision when playing Genshin Impact. So be sure to subscribe to the channel to not miss out, and it is also a free way of supporting me to get to my 20,000 subscriber a lot faster. Either way, I really appreciate every one of you, and with that, let's just jump into the video. So from Hoyoverse 2.7 livestream about the upcoming banners and version content, we can finally get out of Ayaka's Infinite Genjutsu. And to all of the free-to-play player who didn't get to have her, don't worry, I am sure you will be able to get Ayaka on her next rerun. Now from the livestream, we also know that free-to-play players are going to have quite a hard time of choosing again with the upcoming Hydro Mommy Yelan, and our numero uno Itto. Some of you may be waiting for Kuki Shinobu as well, and we also know that there will be another Xiao rerun. There's also some talks about Kazuha Wanters will finally be Kazuha Havers after a whole year. According to some prediction, Kazuha might finally have his rerun during patch 2.8. The three characters coming to patch 2.7 are really good characters. Xiao and Itto's are on their rerun, so many of us might already have been able to get them before and may want to go for their constellation this time, in which they are up directly against our lovely Yelan, who looks absolutely fantastic play, not to mention the chance of Kazuha coming back right after. So to make a better decision on your account as to which character to go for, it is important for you to grasp how each of these characters perform and which role they are in. First, we'll look into Yelan. Now obviously at this point in time of making the video, she isn't officially released yet, so technically all we're talking about here is rather speculations. However, from seeing her animation from the live stream and her current stats, we can have a grasp of her power level. Is that Yelan is surely going to be an amazing character. Reason being, because her gameplay is quite similar to Xingqiu, who's proven to be a 5-star character in disguise of a 4-star. He's practically the top rated character used in every single Abyss run of how good of a Hydro application that he can be and the damage support that he can do for the team. And so, since Yelan's kit is similar in the way, we can kind of tell how she's going to be like. However, she is a 5-star character, therefore her gameplay animation is absolutely fantastic. Her animation reminds of how elegant Eula animation is also. It feels as if she is the Eula of Leeway in terms of attack animation. Now in terms of power level, there won't be too much of a discussion here as we know how good of a character she can be. Her E skills is rather unique in that she turns invisible for up to 3 seconds, passing through and marking enemies, afterward dealing Hydro Explosion at the end. And her burst is quite similar to Xingqiu, but different in that there won't be damage reduction and healing, but it will boost your team damage by up to 50% instead, which is actually a lot better in my opinion. Now I would definitely go more in depth once Yelan has officially been released, and I can't wait to finally test her out. And then we have Xiao. He's a poem character that I had to admit is one of the most fun to play character in the game to date, because everything about this demon conqueror is just very unique. His attack animation looks very cool and feels very fast paced, which makes you feel very good when attacking the enemies. His charge attack deals an upward strike that can potentially knock small mobs into the air, immobilizing them for a bit. And this is also different because he's one of the few poem characters that have the charge attack not diving you forwards like other poem characters. Not only that, his E skills is one of the sickest in the game. He does what I just called a super dash, driving very fast through your enemies, and he's capable of doing it twice at C0, which feels awesome. So not only his normal attack feels rather fast, he has his E skill to boot, which just makes the battle feels very fast paced. And that's not all. Most people pull Xiao because of his burst. His burst is literally one of the most insane in terms of playstyle across all characters at this point in time, because it literally turns him into a different character. When his burst is activated, as you may have known, he turned all his attack into Anemo, and now he has access to high jump and do plunging attack, which deals AoE damage from all the spike coming up from the ground. It just feels really good from playing him. Now we have Itto. He is a hyper carry Geo Claymore user. Itto for a hyper carry also have some interesting mechanics and is mostly focuses on his normal and charge attack gameplay, which is whenever you use his normal attack, he gets what's called a superlative stack. These stacks are really important for Itto to dish out an insane number of damage. You can have a maximum of 5 stack, which directly results in how many superlative charge attack you can do. And then his E skill, where he sends out his lovely friendly bull Ushi, will also give him stacks whenever it is hit. Now talking about his E skill, he also does very decent damage with his skill, also having very low cooldown of 6 seconds. His Ushi will be the taunter on the field for his enemies, taking damage for Itto's and gives him superlative stacks whenever it is hit. His burst turns all of his damage into Geo while also boosting Itto damage based on his defense. So when playing Itto, the main thing you will have to keep in mind is to try having his burst up most constantly. You will then use his normal attack to gain superlative stacks and hold his charge attack for insane damage output, because both of his passive talent actually provides even more power for his superlative charge attack of providing both attack speed and 35% damage increase based on his defense. He is one of the few hyper carries in the game where you want to equally use your normal attack together with your charge attack, which will take a bit of time to get used to. And finally, there is Kazuha. At first, before he was released, not many people actually wanted him because he just looks to be a flashy animation character that provides your team elemental damage increase. He does seems to have a bit of crowd control from his E skill, but that's just it. However, when he was released, oh my god, was everyone surprised. He was such a good character from top to bottom, being one of the smoothest characters to play with his beautiful attack animation along with the transition into his E skills just feels absolutely fantastic. Not only that, his support is top tier because we then realized that his crowd control ability is really good. His elemental buff toward the team is also phenomenal, and the damage output that he's able to do is really good for a quote-unquote support character. There's almost no downside to Kazuha. The only thing you need to keep in mind from him is to swirl the correct element if you want the right elemental boost. Okay, now that we've got a refreshed understanding of each of the character, I will now be providing my personal advice on which character you should go for that is the best for your current account situation. Now as always, this is only my opinion, so you can decide to go for it or not, it's your choice. And I will be going through the order of the most important first. And first of all, if you haven't got Kazuha on your account, then having him is actually one of the top priority for your account right now if you're looking to take your damage gameplay to the next level and fully clearing the abyss that is. Because as a top tier character, Kazuha gives you the highest boost out of all the current candidates that we've got in this video. There's no doubt that he will change the way your account performs. Not only that, Hazel is most likely going to be coming along with Kazuha's banner, which makes it more of a reason to save up for Kazuha's banner if Hazel decides to be there, as Hazel himself is going to be an amazing character as well. However, again, it's only prediction. There's no confirmation on when they will be coming. We also don't know if Kazuha really is coming in patch 2.0 for sure, and in which banner he's going to be in, because that is quite a deciding factor as well. As if Kazuha is in the second half, you will most likely be able to go for Yelan or Xiao during the first phase of patch 2.7 because it is still a whole patch worth of saving by the time we get to Kazuha. However, if he is going to be in the first phase of 2.8, then we'll have to take more time considering which character to pull. Either way, Kazuha will generally be on the top list of getting if you haven't got him in your account. Next is definitely Yelan, because she is a new 5-star and her support capability is going to be absolutely fantastic. She's most likely going to be a sub DPS, but you can use her as a DPS as well to also enjoy her amazingly beautiful attack animations. The only thing with Yelan is that since she's quite similar to Xingqiu, she's going to be a bit of a consideration, especially for a free-to-play player, because you're most likely not going to be getting her constellations, yet Xingqiu throughout the course of your Genshin gameplay, you will most likely get his constellation here and there. And Xingqiu constellation is also one of the best DPS in the game, giving a boost to its already amazing skill set. So for example, if you already have a C6 Xingqiu, then you'd want to consider whether to get Yelan over the other characters. But of course, if you love her playstyle, then it's basically a sure factor of pulling for Yelan. And then finally, it will be Xiao or Itto. Generally, they both are characters that comes down to player preferences, unless you're really lacking in DPS character and want to choose one. I would suggest going for Xiao over Itto because the ease of Xiao's gameplay plus the diversity in terms of team comps Xiao can have over Itto. But again, they're both hyper carries which are usually used by player who loves them, so unless you really don't want Kazuha or Yelan, then sure, you can go for these two. However, if you're having trouble in the Abyss, then there will not be as big of a difference as having Yelan or Kazuha in your team. So those would be my saying on which character you should go for. I hope that after this, you have been able to make your own decision. If not, then just comment down below with your trouble and I will get to you there. In the meantime, if you're wondering how much Primo Gems that you can save for patch 2.7, I've got a video speculating how many Primos you can get during the patch to help you easier plan out your Primo Gem usage. I am sure it will be very helpful to you. Again guys, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy this type of content, and with that I wish you a super day and I will catch you on the next video.